Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a D&D campaign based on Greek mythology. My name is Todd, and I will be the DM for this adventure. Now the players will say hello themselves.
Hello, ISVC, and I'll be playing Eldora.
Yo, what up? I'm Dylan. I play Andrak.
Hi, I'm Dimitris and I'm playing Castor.
Hello, my name is Becca and I play Kiriki.
Hey, I'm Kevin and I play Malachi.
We had an incident that came up last week while we were playing, and we roll on the critical chart table, but the spell one we don't really roll often because Eldora is the only one who really uses it. But Castor managed to crit and rolled a 0 through 19, or 1 through 19, which was the spell is successfully cast. And that has its uses, but for us, not really. So we're going to spend this intro submitting new crit ideas for spells, and then as a group, we're all going to agree on one, which actually may be the hardest part. So I had one that if you critically hit with a spell, then you recast the spell you last cast for free. If the same target is not available, choose a new target within 30 feet. So if you crit and you cast a heal last, you heal that same person, unless they're not there. You heal a different person within 30 feet. If you cast Flame Strike and then you critical hit, you cast Flame Strike on the same person again. Again, if they're not there, choose a new target within 30 feet. But that's the idea. Who else has got one?
I had something similar, except instead of recasting the last spell, the spell you just casted would cast twice. So, if you cast Guiding Bolt, a second Guiding Bolt would come out if you critted.
Critical twin spell.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
That could one-shot some creatures.
That's actually really similar to what I was going to suggest. I was going to suggest that it twin spells, but I was going to say that it's a random second target that the spell jumps to.
Oh, I like this. So we all had pretty much the same idea, but different effect.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I think I undershot a little bit because in my head, the lower the number you roll on the chart, the smaller the effect. That's why it used to be 1 to 19. It just crits.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought if you crit and you roll 1 to 19, you cast another cantrip for free directly. So you choose a cantrip to cast as well. That was one of my thoughts. So I kept it a little bit more light.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I see the recasting as, I guess, light is because, if Malachi casts Eldritch Blast and then crits on the second one, then he would recast Eldritch Blast 2 more times. But the damage could be 1, could be 10. So it could be a range of 2 to 20. So it's it could be awesome and it could be okay.
Okay, now, because you're now thinking a cantrip, think 5th level spell being recast.
There
Hold on.
aren't too
I'm picking
many
up those spells.
that have a to hit, but he has a slight point because if you recast that 5th level spell, it could be devastating.
Yeah, but Todd said, I cast spell A, then my next spell is spell B, and that one crits, and then I recast spell A, if I understood correctly.
Wait.
Yes, that is what he was saying. Because you used the example of Flame Strike. So if you used Flame Strike on one turn, and then the next turn you cast Eldritch Blast,
or whatever,
and then you crit with your Eldritch Blast, using Todd's method, you cast Flame Strike again.
That would
Which
be
is
so
why-
cool.
I said just the spell cast twice. Because a lot of,
that's somehow more balanced, because, like Dylan mentioned, there aren't a lot that can actually crit on high
But
That's
level.
why it's got to be amazing.
If you cast Disintegrate and then Eldritch Blast, the target you hit with Eldritch Blast suddenly getting absolutely demolished by a Disintegrate is going to be a very different feeling.
But what if the last spell you cast was Legend Lore?
Well, you get to learn a bit of lore. But most people are probably going to be Eldora is a great example because she does a lot of spell save effects.
Mm-hmm.
Because what if she, hits somebody with a legendary flame strike or a fucking hold monster, and then she hits them with a guiding bolt. Suddenly, that creature's now held and glowing.
That's pretty awesome. So what I'm
and-
hearing is that's a good idea.
So branching off of the one that I suggested, you could also do it to weaken it a little bit. The split off is at half damage. So it hits the first target for whatever damage if you crit, and then when it branches off to the random target, that random target only takes half of the damage.
I mean, that would that would lower the damage numbers, but
It's not bad.
Dylan,
It's
did
not
you
bad.
say your idea?
It's a better version
No, I
of
haven't.
the other one.
I'm
And-
curious. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I have two more suggestions. One is more defensive. That when you crit, then you gain X amount of temporary hit points, like 2d6 or 1d8 or whatever you think it's balanced enough.
I mean, half the damage rounded down as temp HP would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
You critically protect yourself now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had one more?
I had one more which was a fun one, which is keeping the same that nothing happens actually, but when you cast it, you cast also thaumaturgy, and then you get like trumpets and like fireworks, like you made a critical hit, Dun, 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 dun.
It's like it reminds me
People
of
cheering.
the birthday effect. Remember in like old Halo
Halo?
games when you
Yeah.
killed grunts with like a headshot and their
The
head exploded? Yeah.
Party mode.
Oh, jeez.
Confetti everywhere.
Yeah, like the Kingsman.
I had a bit more of simplistic one. The spell counts as one spell slot higher if applicable,
Oh.
or the next casting modifier. So for cantrips, if you hit with like a Thorn Whip, it does the extra damage of what you'd get next. So
Or
you
you just
cast,
say you add 1 damage die basically.
yeah. So when you
That's
cast like
actually-
Guiding Bolt, it counts as first level. It counts as second level. If you hit a Thorn Whip, it takes the extra die. If you hit with, Booming Blade, it counts as the next part up.
That's a good idea.
Just one cast up, basically. It just counts as an upcast. The
Mhm.
damage doesn't increase terribly, so it's just an extra dice, but...
Yeah. It's a 20% chance.
And
Mhm.
if, you hit with something that doesn't increase in damage, but increases in duration, well, hey, you got a duration boost. Because there are some spells that only increase in duration based off of upcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are always valuable.
At first, I was thinking either it takes or does not double damage, actually, probably about doubling the damage that was dealt. So, doing the damage twice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the weapon crit.
And then the other one was basically one that kind of already exists, where it's advantage. But then I was kind of agreeing to one of them being if you could just cast a cantrip right after.
So if you crit, you get a free cantrip. That's not a bad idea. Not too much damage. Most cantrips aren't really OP.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually makes it a cool one. If instead of just getting a cantrip, the spell now counts as your bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking the 1 to
Ooh.
19 would be the cantrip one.
I actually
We'll
really
probably-
like that idea that it counts as a bonus action if you crit and you roll that 1 to 19. That sounds really cool because then you still have more to do on your turn.
It doesn't do a ton, but it gives you some extra capabilities.
Yeah. You still can't cast another leveled spell
Or another
you could-
cantrip.
or another
It can
cantrip.
be a game
but you could
changer, or
do
it cannot
something
be a
else.
game changer.
Yeah.
And most criticals are game changers.
Yeah.
That's why we up the ante and make them more powerful. Okay. So now we got some ideas out there. I guess we have utility, more damage, and defensive. Does anybody have a preference of utility, defensive, or more damage? I like more damage, but I'm playing
I mean-
monsters.
Well, because some of the other ones, it's you get the advantage on your attack roll,
Mhm.
then you get Another utility which you can cast Mirror Image on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There's one for max. There's 2 for damage. One gives you a spell slot, and then one gives you a charisma point. And then there's another one for damage, or a casting modifier. Yeah.
I just remembered one of the other ones had thought of earlier, where it would be like on the next time you cast a spell, the spell save DC goes by 2, and if it's not one of the spell save DCs, then it could be like the to hit with the spell goes up by either 2 or 4.
I think that's just you can't have a temporary 1d4 bonus to your spellcasting ability modifier for 1d4 ends.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea that it gets turned into a bonus action. That's a really good crit.
All right, so
I think
you're all about the utility.
That's my pick as well. Is that
Give it
one.
a new utility function.
All right, Demetrius.
It's minor, but it still works.
Wait, so the spell gets turned. To clarify for myself, the spell itself gets turned into a bonus action.
No, I believe a cantrip. You get a cantrip as a bonus action afterwards, right? Isn't that what?
No,
That is a
spell
bonus.
itself-
No, the spell
You're free.
itself. If you cast it as a crit, then the spell itself becomes your bonus action, and you get your action back.
Uh-oh.
That way, it's not bonus damage. You just suddenly flung it out super fast and hard. Todd loves when I sling things out fast and hard.
I was trying to be
Look,
mature and I
look.
couldn't. Sorry.
It's his nickname in high school.
All right. So that one's really powerful in my opinion, but I like it. I will vote for that one. Macy, it was your idea. I'm assuming you vote for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Demetrius, Becca, do y'all like that one?
Yeah, I'm done.
My thing is when it comes to the weapon chart, the weapon chart has a bunch of like, you do this amount of damage, you do this amount of damage. The spellcasting chart has 1 damage dealing increase.
I feel like maybe at some point we should make the like a 3rd, 4th panel for the critical hit table and add spell attack, and just
So-
do the exact same thing.
Becca, you want more damage.
Well, because if you look at the weapon attack one, the weapon attack has a bunch of like different increases to it for
It's
all the
okay.
different modifiers. I would prefer
Yeah.
more attack, more damage.
Yeah, she is right, because technically 1 through 69 has 2 to 3 times damage, and 70 to 100 is effects instead of damage.
Oh, I always like more damage. So, okay, so let's go back to choosing a different one then.
Because
So-
I'm looking at, if you look at this, the casting critical chart, it has a lot of utility already. Like there's already a bunch of utility crit stuff on there,
Uh-huh.
or utility options.
I think that if we're going to go with a damage dealing option, then we should go with either the twin spell one that Becca suggested, or the just flat like bonus damage that Macy suggested.
Or what Dimitri suggested with casting a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that comes back to the fact that you just get your action back, because then you could just cast a cantrip.
Yeah,
But
I
then
gotta
you-
be honest. I'm gonna stick with Macy's because then you can actually heal or do something else by choice.
Yeah, it gives you the option, especially for
Well,
versatility casters.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're suggesting. Well, no, because maybe I'm getting too bogged down in the minutia of it, but if we did, because we're talking about the bonus action one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, is if we did that one, then you're still casting a spell.
Well,
If
if
you
you crit
could-
with your cantrip.
Or you could use a cantrip, like if Macy or if Aldora critted with Guiding Bolt, she could try and go Sacred Flame or
the
something
difference is that
else.
they could also choose to make a regular attack because you have your
Yeah.
action back.
Oh,
Like, I mean, for me, it's kind of busted because, like, if I cast Eldritch Blast and I crit with an Eldritch Blast, then I could turn around and make a weapon attack, which I make, 2 weapon attacks. So I could, for Malachi specifically, that idea is kind of messed up if that were the case. But for other utility casters, like Aldora, for example, she doesn't have like a cantrip healing spell. And the only damage dealing spell she has, as far as I know, that is a cantrip is Sacred Flame, but that one's a save. It's not a to hit.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't really get much benefit out of that.
I would also vote for the twin spell, like the pew pew. Those are
Either's good.
yeah.
I have Toll of the Dead. I just never used it.
That's
You
also
have a couple
save.
of times.
Yeah.
It's not great.
It's a good spell sometimes.
I just have a higher damage output and capability with Sacred Flame.
Radiant.
Well, what do y'all think? I think that I could also agree with Todd that the twin spell is my probably second pick.
My only problem with the twin spell is that it feels like you're hoping for a lot unless you use a high level spell. Like Eldritch Blast by default here. So it's 2 beams at your level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you crit on one, and then it's like, okay, you cast it again. So if you crit on the one, then it's 3d10 base. So then if you cast it again, then it's 5d10. So it goes from 2d10 to 5d10. And the range of it makes it more or less great. Because it could be 5, could be 50. But that's the badassness of rolling dice.
Mm-hmm.
The extra action is just flat out, you're going to win.
Good. I think it's just flat out good because you could also then say, you know what, I don't really want to be in this engagement and disengage or dash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's look at it from the perspective of all the characters who could use it, because Andrek's the only one who's not some form of caster in this party.
I
What
think
do
we're
you
over.
mean? He totally can cast spells. He casts sword.
I think we're overthinking it because it's a 1 in 20 to get the crit, and then 1 in 5 to get the extra thing again. So it won't happen that often. We cannot plan and play with the tactic that we will get this, So it's when it's going to happen, it's going to be a surprise anyway. So whichever we pick, I think it's going to be fun. I vote double, like twin spell.
So I will admit something. I looked over the monsters that are completely in this whole map, like all of them. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 different types of demons that are in this place. None of them have... I'm sorry, there is one creature that has a to-hit spell. Otherwise, it's all saves.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that one is best from a player perspective, a player versus monster perspective.
Here, but this chart will follow us.
Oh, for sure. But, I mean, that's why I said there's 8 of them here. Like, I mean, that's...
It's a pretty wide range.
Well, actually, that
we won't
makes
fall
me
for your
say-
cheap tricks, Todd.
I think that makes the option of making it a bonus action even more applicable because most monsters don't have cantrips.
No, but that gives them an extra action. And you don't want
Sure.
that.
I think I do.
I'm looking at the stat blocks right now, and I'm saying you don't want that.
I do.
I will also, upon further thought, I think that the twin spell actually just does kind of sound cooler in theatrical sense.
I see, so in my head, because that's how I see things, I see Aldora like casting Guiding Bolt, and then like a flicker of light happening, and then it just happens again. Like somebody with like a Roman candle when they're holding it out and letting it, boom, 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 you know. So I see Aldora like casting, and then just like a spark happens, and then it flies after that again. Like I just like that. Just looks cool.
Well, I am good for either.
Double
Entirely.
healing.
Critically
wouldn't-
heal your friends.
Unfortunately,
wait.
it wouldn't work like that because you don't attack
No,
your friends to heal them.
She should roll to hit to heal us.
Wait,
No.
I need to establish something though, because this is actually just brought up a thought to my brain. If we do twin spell, do you roll to hit with the second one?
Yes.
I would say no.
No.
I would say
Automatic
either it does a generic hit, not a second crit. It
Yeah,
just does
it
the
wouldn't-
base damage,
Generic hit,
or
okay.
it should
So you-
be a roll to hit like a normal twin spell.
Well, because it just occurred to me that Aldora could sit there chaining crits because she
No,
gets
no.
advantage
Exactly.
with Guiding
If
Bolt.
you roll again, you might crit again.
Yeah. So she'd have advantage on the other hit, and then she'd just
But-
keep doing that.
Don't
Whenever
you
you roll
want
a
her
hit
to
on healing?
Do you,
You don't-
want her to not have a machine gun of guiding bolts?
I don't.
But could
That's like
you imagine?
46.
Listen, as someone who is playing a half caster right now, most of my spells don't require to hit. So this critical success chart isn't beneficial to me all that much, but at the same time, I think having the ability to damage more is better. And if we're gonna go with the twin spell, it should be an automatic hit and not a second hit.
Yeah.
I like
Like
that. I
it's
agree
not
with
another
that.
crit. It's just the first spell. It just meets the AC.
I
I
think it would be really funny to watch Aldora machine gun down one enemy with guiding bolts, though.
I just wanted to get that out of the way before we're like, okay, roll, and then she's like, oh, it's another crit. Oh, that's another crit, and it's like, okay, Aldora, you can just stop.
I
That's
would
another
even
10.
suggest
That's another 9.
I would even suggest that the damage be transferred over from the first attack as well. Like whatever you roll for the crit damage, that is automatically applied for the second blast.
Yeah, without
say-
the extra crit stuff.
Save ourselves a lot of math and rolling, you know.
Yeah, but that could be underwhelming.
I think that's fine, though, because it's just a second spell hit.
Yeah,
Especially
you
if
already
it
get
is...
the free slot, so
Yeah, it's already as a free slot. It's already doing the same effects, especially with Guiding Bolt as our example. If it hits the same target, doesn't do anything extra, but if it hits a separate target, because the first one died, well, now they're glowing, and we get advantage to hit them.
What?
I'm not following that.
I was on board, and then I don't know what happened. I took a left
It-
on what the fuck lane.
If we're using Guiding Bolt as an example,
Uh-huh.
and she hits a crit and gets that same... It tries to hit the same creature, right?
Yeah.
The glow does not stack, so they're not getting double glowed.
mm-hmm.
But if it hits a second creature,
Mm-mm.
that second creature gets glowed.
But it
No,
wouldn't hit a
it's gonna
second
hit-
creature.
It's gonna only hit the first.
Yeah. It'd just be overkill if they die before the blast hits them.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't think it's too bad to do that.
No, it's simple. It's good.
Just extra
Alright.
damage on Guiding Bolt's good.
Because then she can just roll the damage for her crit, and she doesn't have to worry about adding anything else when she rolls the damage for the attack, and then she just double that. Just be like, okay, well that's doubled now because you hit him twice with the same spell.
So, do we all vote for Twin Spell?
I'm good with it.
Yes.
Becca? Demetrius? Macy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright, so going forward, if you spell crit, and then on the D100 table, you roll a 1 to 19, you automatically cast that spell one more time using the damage from the first roll.
Yes.
Alright? Okay. With that, let's roll to the episode.
Hi, my name is Dylan. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast.
Welcome back for another week. Before we get into the recap, I want you to listen to the sound of the train. Listen to the horn. Hear the sounds of the rails as we pull in to the imagination station. And listen to Dylan.
On the northern side of Evia, where the mountain base is meant to form a lush valley, the air shimmered with divinity. Rhea, the titaness of motherhood, reclined on a bed of soft moss. Beside her, radiant as the morning sun, sat her granddaughter Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty. Across from them, kneeling in the rich earth, was Demeter, the goddess of the harvest, running her hands through the soil with reverence.
The garden must be more than a simple place of beauty.
Rhea mused, watching as Aphrodite wove golden vines between her fingers, the leaves glistening with an otherworldly glow.
It must be protected. Mortals should not stumble upon its gifts without purpose or reverence.
Demeter nodded, her wheat-colored hair catching the light of the eternal sky.
Place where eternal bloom cannot be left open to all. If the wrong hands take root, they will destroy what we build.
Aphrodite leaned forward, playing with a blue and red stone in the shape of a heart, orbiting around her wrist. A smile plays on her lips.
Then let us make it like love itself, beautiful but not easily attained. A labyrinth of wonders where only the pure-hearted may tread.
Rhea's eyes gleamed with approval.
A maze. One that twists and turns with living walls, shifting like the seasons. We shall weave traps of nature's own design, thorned roses that grow taller than the tallest man, streams that flow endlessly in circles, trees that whisper false paths into eager ears.
And the creatures,
Demeter added, pressing her palm against the ground.
let the roots move beneath the serpents. Let the flowers lull intruders into sleep. Let the very air shimmer with illusions.
Aphrodite laughed, clapping her hands.
This will be a garden unlike any other, and at its heart, a grove where time slows, where only those who are worthy may reach its core and see the true beauty of nature.
And the three goddesses worked in harmony, bending the elements to their will. Vines curled into archways, trees bent to form corridors, and golden blossoms bloomed, fragrant with ambrosia. The sky above the garden remained caught in an eternal twilight, where neither day nor night could claim dominion. When their masterpiece was complete, the goddesses stood at the entrance of their grove, their gazes fixed upon the mortal world. Then, from the shadows, a woman and her young son stepped forward, humble, yet unafraid. Rhea extended a hand.
You have been chosen.
The woman bowed her head.
What would you have us do, great ones?
You will tend to this sacred place.
Demeter said, stepping forward and brushing a leaf from the boy's shoulder.
You will ensure that nature thrives, that the paths remain untamed, and that only the worthy may find their way to the heart of the garden.
Aphrodite cupped the boy's chin gently.
In return, you will be granted a gift. Your life shall be longer than any mortal, and the garden's power will flow through you. The land will listen to your call, and the flowers will bloom beneath your touch.
The mother and the child fell to their knees in gratitude.
Go now.
Rhea commanded, her voice both kind and firm.
The grove of the verdant vale belongs to you.
As the mother and her son stepped into the grove's entrance room, the entryway sealed behind them, and the garden flourished in secret, known only to the gods and the chosen few who could find their way through its ever-shifting paths.
That was so good! I love you all right now. You did so great.
That turned out better than I thought. Well, all that was actually really good.
I could see it. I could hear. That was so good. Everybody give yourselves inspiration. Demetrius, you too.
Oh, thank you.
You were supportive.
I don't feel I deserve it, though.
Well, you're kind of in there. Aphrodite cupped your chin, and now we all know it. She's touched you.
I'll give it for the correct pronunciation of Evia.
The party doesn't know this, but Aphrodite has winked at you. Maybe.
Whoa.
I mean,
Spicy.
Oh,
I don't think he
It's-
remembers it.
it's implied. All right. So, man, that was really awesome. Let's get back into killing shit. So, the party traveled north and arrived at the grove. What grove? Who knows? No one asked. But they are there. They met a beaver who turned out to be an old man in disguise. This old man, named Castor, turned out to be a keeper and gardener of this grove. He warned the party of the demons that entered, traps and statues throughout. So, of course, the party entered. The grove has thick grassy walls that seem 10 feet tall, and unmoving sunlight above, always at noon. All the paths seem 10 feet wide, and every turn looks like a lively and lush grass and greenery area. The party turned left, then right at a T intersection. They fought 2 demonic gorillas, 1 demonic bull, and a mutated humanoid demon. They started with the gorilla and the mutant, but a bull charge and a gorilla run later, they had 4 dead demons. Kiriki tried out her new weapons and fanned the party. Malachi expressed his willingness to put his friends in danger by slicing Andrak from behind. Castor made Andrak Dexy. Aldora blasts a demon into the next life with righteous fire, along with giving everyone aid. And Andrak, hearing the snap, goes for the punt, charges up the hall, straight to the right of Kiriki, leaping over the abyssal bolt and kicking the demon's gorilla's ass into the next life. Don't forget you all have aid for 8 hours, by the way, and it's been roughly 30 minutes. The party continued down the hall where the demons were, took a left at the T-junction, took another left, and went a short ways before a room opened up to the right. Ahead, a small room area, and it opened up ahead and to the left. To the right, it opened up into kind of an L shape and continued to the right and ahead to the right. Almost straight ahead was a slim 5-foot wide hall that dead-ended after about 25 feet. To the left, around a short wall, was a room. This room was a danger room. The party saw a mutated humanoid demon that they had fought before. They saw the gorilla that they had just recently saw for the first time. Unfortunately, 2 more new demons were before them. They are both best described as magma on fire and moving as an ooze and catching things on fire. They have done some damage, grappled Kiriki, moved into Andrak's space, and caught him on fire. However, only one remains, and the mutated thing, the mutant is in the wall of thorns that Castor created. Pallas is behind this wall, and Malachi, well, he did 51 points of damage to the last fire guy on a crit, and will now, if you will please, roll a D100.
Nothing would make me happier, Todd.
I mean, chicken tacos would be pretty great.
Yeah, but it's only a 12.
Oh, that's still pretty good. Dylan, what's a 12?
12. That would be a hard hit. 2 times damage.
102 damage. I know you're going to be shocked, here, Kevin, but that manages to kill him. So what does it look like? This is the one that slithered into into Andrak's space through this thorny wall and just caught him on fire by being on him, quite literally. And you're kind of slicing at the ooze as it's above and kind of wrapping around Andrak.
So this is from the back line, which is kind of a hard hit to begin with. He is to kind of navigate through Castor and Aldora. So he kind of reaches his scythe in between them, and he kind of hooks this ooze monster with the scythe, and then he rotates the scythe in a way that kind of peels it a little bit, and then kind of just jerks his shoulder back, pulling the scythe up, kind of dropping, like pulling the ooze off of Andrak and tossing it to the side.
Damn. Andrak, you're a free man.
Oh boy. Still on fire though.
Yes. There's well, no, I'm sorry. Kiriki was on fire, but after Castor teleported her, she spent her turn. Or no, wait, who brought her back? Was it also Castor or was it Aldora?
I teleported her back there.
Yeah. And then Aldora
It
healed
was
her. Right?
Eldora who brought her up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then she got brought back 11 hit points, I remember now. And then she put herself out. So Kiriki is safe, but smoldering. Both metaphorically and physically. At the top of the next round, and probably the last, it is Pallas's turn. Pallas, let's talk about where you're at. You're on the other side of the wall. You cannot see through it. It is kind of an L shape, kind of blocking off the other passage. But you can see in this thorn wall, this mutated creature. And he's caught in there. You can hear him kind of screaming to himself. He's got like kind of a raspy voice, but you can hear a little bit of gurgling as he is hurt. And he's in there, he has no options but to be in there because it was created in space. And you think he's going to try to find his way out, but it's going to hurt him to do so. But you can get hits on him if you'd like. I'm going to give him a slight bonus to his AC because you're trying to hit him from while he's got all these thorns all around him, but it's not going to be much.
Okay. I'm gonna move down to further down the wall to like reach him where he is, because I'm trapped on the other side by myself, other than parts of this dude, right?
Yes, ma'am. It is you in this empty room where the gorilla was looking at flowers before being brutally attacked.
Wow, I can't believe we did that to him.
Yeah.
Thanks. So it has come to my attention. I read her character sheet wrong last time. Brought to my attention that I read her character sheet wrong last time. So she actually has 4 attacks and not 2. But to be fair, it was worded weirdly. So.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna make starting all my attacks. So
Let it rip.
just start Beyblading around, I guess.
I don't get the reference.
All right, that's okay. I didn't think you would.
Yeah. I like to be predictable.
First one is an 18. Second one is worse with a 17. Oh. Okay. So, as Palace begins to attack, she reaches out to hit the everything with first swing, second swing. And then on the third swing, I rolled a nat 1. So, what does a 12 give me?
So I will say you did have one hit. The 18 will hit. So if you
Okay.
want to go ahead and roll damage for that, while
Okay.
Dylan reads off the 12.
Distracted. Trip. Roll dex or fall.
Oh. That's not terrible.
Mm-mm. So the very first hit that makes it does 10 slashing damage plus 3 cold damage on top.
Yes, ma'am.
And then as she goes for the third hit, she gets distracted a little bit by the thorn because her second attack misses and trips.
So go ahead and roll a dex check.
Let's do dex check. Dex check.
You can do it. Come on, Palace.
21.
Yeah, she's fine.
She
All right.
stumbles a little, but gets the fourth attack out. I wanted to leave, see what happens with the critical fail first before.
Oh, yeah,
my
for
fourth
sure.
one. Yeah.
Nat 20? Is that what this is going to be?
No, an 18. So this
Oh.
one hits.
Yeah. Beck hasn't
So
turned it on yet.
After she stumbles a little bit, she figures out that, oh, yeah, this is where I need to hit. She's having a rough day. That's another 10 slashing and 1 point of cold damage.
So this thing, actually, if she had hit one of the other ones, then she
Piercing
would,
damage, my bad. It's piercing, not slashing.
it would die at one more hit.
Oh, that sucks.
But it's his turn. How much damage, Castor, do I take if I move through this thorn bush?
You don't take damage if you move through the thorn bush. You take damage if you enter it or if you end your turn in it. But moving through it is 4 times the movement cost.
So he can move out and take no damage.
Yes.
Oh,
But for
Okay.
a 5-foot step, you use 20 foot of movement. 20 feet
Okay.
of movement.
so I want to look at the options here. On one side of the wall is his newly dead friend, who is with a very large armored creature with a huge sword. This man in black with a Grim Reaper weapon that killed his friend. This old man in green. This crazy young lady who, even though she looks vicious, has a bit of a dash to her. So there's 4 people on that side, and then on the other side is this woman by herself. So he's gonna go out the side with Palace, and then he's going to make Palace make a save that I remember off the top of my head. Constitution. Would Palace please make a Constitution saving throw? I never remember why I didn't want to do it to a fighter.
Constitution, you say?
Roll low.
Hey.
Oh,
you
actually-
you take that bad juju out of here.
This isn't gonna do shit to her.
16.
She passed. That sucks.
Woo!
Okay. So he's gonna try to claw at her once. Aha! How's a 12?
It misses.
Okay. So this guy, like, his eyes flash this white as he looks at her, trying to give her this, I don't know, like some kind of like weakening gaze. And then he tries to claw at her and he straight up misses, like she just dodged out of the way. And then he looks around with this thorn bush on one side of him and this closed in wall, and she's got these swords dripping and she looks crazy. And he's just like, fuck. All right. So after that, we are going to move on to Castor. Castor, it is your turn. You can't see him, so you can't use any spells that rely on sight. But there's other ways around that. Or if you just wanted to help people, you can do that.
Well, I drop my concentration, so the wall vanishes.
Oh, fuck.
That is an option. And I cast Thorn Whip on the demon.
Wait, what's the range of Thorn Whip? He is 10 feet away.
30 feet.
Okay, do you have clear line of sight around Andrak? I mean, there's like 4 inches there that I think he should get like 8 to his AC for.
If
Doesn't
you
sound
think,
right.
I made
I
that
I
up.
could be wrong, but it doesn't sound right.
would I have more vision? No, if I moved 5 feet north, I would be blocked by the wall.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm just messing with you. I made that up. But I figured you might have disadvantage because he's ugly. Like, you looked at him, you're like,
Also doesn't sound right.
that's straight out of the DMG, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think that's rules as written or intended.
Let me bring up
Todd?
Wikipedia, edit it real quick, and I'll send it to you. Yeah,
Todd?
what's up? Yeah.
This is happening no matter how much you delay it.
I feel like I've heard this before. Uh-oh. Is it another 20? Becca, did you turn your cheat off? Because I don't want him to not 20 this.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
I rolled an 18 for a total of 29.
Oh my god! Somehow that hits this naked mutant.
And I rolled...
Even if I gave it plus 8 to his AC, that's still it. That's the sad part.
I rolled 12 points of damage.
He had 12 hit points. So, as this whip, like you described it for, is coming up out of the ground. So,
Yes.
what does it look like? You just kill him.
So the vine grows underneath, next to Castor's feet, lashes out to the demon, wraps around its neck, and just crunches it as it drops dead,
Oh, fuck.
Fuck yeah.
and drags it 5 feet closer, but its lifeless body.
His lifeless body just kind of squishes against his 2 comrades that are bigger than him. So it's like,
Yeah. Piling them up.
I think I can. Yeah, I can do that. You guys are out of combat once you go a certain distance. But what do y'all want to do?
Malachi is going to walk up to Kiriki. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. And she'll sit up and stretch a little. My pride is a little sore, but I'll be all right.
Okay.
Eldra will walk up to Kiriki. Just hold on for one moment. She's going to place her hand on Kiriki's
Short
shoulder.
rest her a thing. No, don't do it. Short rest her a thing. Save your spell slots.
She's like, I was about to guiding bolt you, but okay.
You know what?
Just take one moment.
Honestly, but at this range it'd be disadvantage, so
I don't know. That'd be super advantage. Like being like, yeah, you could touch me, and then she just blasts you in the side of the head. Like, I feel like that gives her a bonus. She's like, Kiriki was evil. This had to be done.
then I'm forced to play Palace the rest of the day.
Malachi just says,
Oh.
"I understandable," and moves on.
Damn.
Fair enough. Have a nice day.
Okay, so does Eldora heal her?
Eldra will be like, I was about to heal you, but then I remembered short rest exists.
We can take a short rest.
Let us take a moment to gather ourselves and recover from some of these wounds before we press on. This place is likely filled with many more demons.
It's true.
I believe this room is quite good to rest. It's quite hidden from the rest of the maze.
Malachi gives him a nod. Good. And then he'll kind of walk past all these things and lean up, kind of take a seat down on the wall and just lean up against the wall.
Andrek's gently patting himself out. He is no longer on fire.
Are we planning a long rest or a short rest?
We are planning a short rest.
Short rest.
Yeah.
Castor kneels down, grabs a handful of dirt, and forms a circle with the dirt from his hand. You know, like a kind of like an hourglass. He lets the dirt drop from his fist, and he casts the Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow, which creates a bubble around the rest site. We have a full cover when we're inside. There is no visibility to any lights we have inside, like a fire or anything running from the outside, and we gain 5 to stealth and perception checks.
Oh shit.
So it's a 30-foot radius bubble.
That easily covers this whole room. Nice.
So can you extend, or can you control how far it extends out? And the reason I'm asking is, what about the other side of the wall? Like, will a demon be like, what the fuck?
It doesn't specify in the class. Let me see if it says up to or not. Wait.
These walls count as solid walls if that matters.
Give me a second. I can read you exactly. At the start of the rest, you touch a point in space and an invisible 30-foot radius sphere of magic appears, centered on that point. Total cover blocks the sphere. While within the sphere, da-da-da-da-da.
I mean, it says invisible, so never mind. But I guess if somebody steps into it on the other side and then steps out of it, and somebody's behind them, that might raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, it's wonky, the feeling, I guess.
It could be fun. All right, so can you hear things happening outside of it?
Yes, because you gain also perception checks. It's just
Okay.
any light from open flames in the sphere aren't visible outside of it. And yeah,
So what is your new passive perception?
with the 5,
Uh-huh.
29.
Huh.
That puts me at a 21, Chief.
Okay.
Like, I can see the way the universe works with that kind of perception.
So here's the demon's names. I'll send you a list.
I was gonna say I can see your notes.
Aldora's at 24 now.
Oh, that's amazing. So a lot of you guys, minus Malachi and Kiriki, because
I got a 16 now.
Hey.
You,
something.
you finally match Anthrax.
hey, you know what? While perception is handy to have a whole party who's perceptive instead of dumping into other spaces, that would have been a waste. So I think y'all have done good with like splitting up your skills. However, Caster, Aldora, and Andrek, you guys, while you sit here for an hour, and you may or may not be talking, we'll go over that in a second, but you guys hear the faint sounds of music. Like just the most beautiful melody. And you hear walking on the other side of walls, to your left, to your right behind you. You can hear it. You can't, it's hard to see or tell which direction it's coming from, but you can hear the heavy footsteps, the heavy crunching of grass. You hear mumbling, you hear heavy breathing, growling. You can hear the movements all around you in this space of creatures, monsters, and demons moving around. But the melody is something so beautiful, so wonderful, that I actually... So, Caster, I'm sorry. What's your passive perception? You said now it's a 29?
Yes.
That's pretty great. Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Absolutely. At 25 total, I rolled a 15.
Wow. Okay. So, you recognize this sound as a melody that somebody powerful, like Apollo himself, would have played. And while you kind of sit there and you listen to it, and you start to zone out a little bit, listening to the smoothness and the rhythm of it, after a few seconds, you realize that while somebody was talking in this room with you, you didn't hear them. Like, they just blinked out for a second. So it kind of occurs to you that wherever that music is coming from, if the whole party gets to that spot and is hearing that music, that they might not be as strong as mind as you are. And that music may cause people to lose track. So just keep that in the noggin. Now, let's go to talking. Are you guys talking, or is this kind of a quiet short rest?
Malachi's gonna read his book.
Nerd.
Yeah, grab another hour onto that book, man. You can't stop me.
It's true.
Kiriki's got her back up against the wall and is like meditating.
Is the T-Rex with us?
No.
No.
T-Rex don't fit.
Are we being silent?
Yeah.
Andrek's not a talkative person unless people talk to him. So he is quiet.
It's been the
I
best.
feel like this party at this point is like nobody's really apt to talk to each other unless something's actually going on that they want to talk about.
From an outside perspective, Todd, I would encourage you to stay silent during these, because that'll help keep you from having encounters while you're trying to rest. But you do hear them roaming around, you do hear their music, so just Is there anything you want to take note of or do while you're in here during this rest?
Not
As,
currently.
as I said, I'm reading my book, so
Right.
that's that.
All right, so you guys hear that? After an hour, you feel better. Stand up, stretch, soft grass. You can feel a slight dew on it, where if you think you were thirsty, you probably could collect a little bit of it. But you are good to go. You feel better, much better.
Kiriki stands and like the burn marks and stuff she had are almost completely gone. And she like stretches and looks like she's back up all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That guy closes his book and stands to his feet, looks over at Kiriki. Oh, you barely look like you've gotten a scratch.
Her clothes are definitely damaged, like singed and shit.
More or less looking at the various places you've sliced and cut yourself and burned that are now not there.
17. That's a lot. That was the damage she took.
Anyways, let's keep moving then, yes?
All right. You have two options coming out of this room. You can go left, you can go straight, or you can go right, back the way you came.
I think we agreed to stay left before we entered that room and fought a bunch of shit, so...
Oh. All right. So Andrak and Kirik at the lead. Behind them,
Yep.
Malachi and Castor. At the very back, Aldora and Palace, best friends.
Staying to
Yep.
the left as we enter.
So as you guys go kind of to the left out of this room, you come into a smaller room that's about 15 feet by 20 feet. And then it cuts off to the left to be a small hallway, about 20 feet long. And at the very end of it, it cuts off to the right. And you kind of are walking slow, but the beauty of having high perceptive people like Castor is if you took a moment and you guys either stealthed or listened or anything like that, you'd be able to hear that there is no one in the next little area. So you kind of peek your head around this wall here and you see all it does is it makes kind of a U-turn to the right, going into a small alcove where you think it might have been purposely put there as a resting spot. But that is it for this area. This little room, this little kind of small alcove space, hidden away. No creatures here, no traps, probably. But that's all that's there. So if you turn back around, you have the option of going straight into the small hallway, which you can see from standing at the end of it, goes nowhere. Or you can go back the way you came. Do you kind of want to go straight and then to the left like you guys are doing?
We're gonna turn back around
yeah.
because that was a dead end, and we're gonna keep like slowly going back around.
All right. So if you go straight, a little past that slim hallway, it goes to be a 15-foot wide hallway, but it's only about 70 feet long before it slims down to be about 10 feet wide. Directly to your left, it stays 10 feet wide, and you can see it kind of curves off to the right ahead a little bit, only about 10, 15 feet.
This little corridor ahead of us looks, a bit out of place. Do I notice anything in it?
You stand there for a second. With your passive perception, you don't notice anything.
Okay,
Something
Shall
wrong.
we go?
carry on.
Okay.
Who's driving?
Andrej.
The
Andrek's
beaver
currently
sword.
driving.
The beaver sword.
Are we there yet?
No.
So,
continuing up this.
Andrek, as you go ahead and get close to that hallway, you kind of put your arm out to halt Kiriki a little bit. As you see, it is thick with thorns. Like the 10-foot wide hallway with the rolling thorns on either side narrows down to be only about 3 feet wide, to where you think if you go down this hallway, you might end up catching thorns almost no matter what. But you do see grapes also in these thorns, and these grapes have almost a golden color to the stems on them.
Would Druidcraft make the thorns widen and make it more easy to pass?
Do a nature check. Nature, history, what else is there? Arcana, athletics.
Survival?
Yeah. I mean, it won't give you anything magically, but you can find something out if you want.
So, which one do you want me to roll?
Oh, choose. So good. I want you to choose what your character would do, but different things will give you different results.
But my question is more technical. Like, if the spell covers that, it would move the thorns, make them like grow differently, so we can pass through. Because it says
like Arcana to me.
you instantly make a flower blossom, a seed pod open, or a leaf bud bloom. In the description of it.
So, what would you want to roll? Because if you roll, okay, here's the reason I'm asking. So, if you roll Arcana, you will know specifically from the spell's point of view what that will do. If you roll from a nature's point of view, you know how spells will affect that nature, or if it's natural, or almost
I'll go
the
with
essence of it.
I will go with nature.
Okay.
A total of 12.
Those grapes are so pretty and delicious looking, and these thorns look sharp, but they don't look natural. So you think you'd have to use a powerful spell, probably. Actually, I will say, since you have a high perception, then a little bit in there, you can see an overgrown statue of a small satyr, and at the very bottom of it, and it's the satyr's holding up a cup in kind of like a dancing motion, but at the very bottom of it says, "Indulge with care, for the revealer's path is not straight."
Malachi pushes up kind of behind the two of them in the front. What's the delay? What's going on?
There are thorns. We can't really get past them.
So they're bushes. Cut them down.
Kiriki turns and shoots a glance at Malachi. This grove is sacred. You can't just cut them down.
Oh, well said. We could try to go around. Looks like the other way would go and circumvent this corridor.
Fine, let's do that then. Malachi kind of turns to head the other way. He looks kind of pissed at the roadblock being some bushes.
I'm sorry, it was just really funny. Cut them down. It's not hard. All right.
And Castor turns to Kiriki and says, "Thank you." Nothing else.
Castor, you hear this tiny squeaking voice say, "Yeah, thanks." And you turn and you look at the little satyr statue, and it winks, but it doesn't move. And you kind of sit there for a second, and it doesn't do anything else.
Castor just has a small smile because he's seeing again the splendor of the gods in his eyes, which he hasn't seen for years, and just doesn't say anything.
All right. So, the party moves on. Andrak at front, Kiriki by his side. You guys go to the right to go around this. This is a small little wall here, but you go to the 15-foot area, and after about 25 feet, it narrows down to be about 10 feet. And then about 10 feet after that, short distance, it tees off. It goes to the left and to the right. And to the left is where the kind of thorny area was. And then to the right, well, you haven't been that way yet, but you see more grass and walls.
And Jack and Kiriki are kind of in charge of deciding which direction we go.
I mean, Andrak's gonna keep with his logic of go left.
I want to go right.
Oh. Oh.
Andrak will be going left.
Why don't we keep going the one direction? Let's try this way.
Circle back around anyways, or does it make?
We don't know that. There could be another end to this room. Our goal is to clear the maze, not just wander through it.
Going right doesn't change the path we follow. If it's a dead end, we just circle back around it. Does the left look like a dead end?
No. So, if you got into the middle of the hallway and you look left, I don't know what you could see, but I think you could see what.
Yes.
Pretend you don't see that.
We're gonna pretend we don't see that.
So, if you look left, you can see it kind of curves around to the left, and you can see peeking around a wall, the bushes, and it seems like there's a thin wall, slight space, another thin wall, then that hallway with the thorns, and then it seems to continue straight ahead of that to the right. And then to your immediate right, it looks like a decently long hallway, about 30, 35 feet, and then it also turns to the right and goes down to a different hall.
If Andrak sees the thorns, he's gonna point at them, and it looks like that leads to where we were trying to go a moment ago.
Does it really matter? I think either way, Kiriki mentioned that we're supposed to clear this path, so one way or another, we're going through the whole damn thing. We might as well just choose a direction and go that way.
Can I?
Yeah.
I can scout the head to the right and see where it leads.
I love this.
I'll go with you.
I can do it probably much quieter by myself.
Splitting the party. I love
I'm
it.
not splitting the party. I'm scouting ahead. Shut the fuck up, Todd.
No.
Be careful, Kiriki.
I will use my Staff of the Woodlands to cast Pass Without Trace to everyone, so you all get +10 to your dexterity savings.
Damn
Or
it.
checks, sorry.
Wait, is it? I thought it was just stealth.
It should be just stealth.
to stealth. Yeah, to stealth checks. Sorry, I misspoke.
Oh no, that just
But
would be
isn't
very
it a
different.
certain range? Like, I can only go
30
within so
feet of
many
him.
feet. Yeah.
So unless
Yes.
he
Then I will
goes,
join
then-
them. I will join them to scout.
Yeah, so splitting the party in a maze. This is so great.
Just as long as the other part of the party doesn't move, it's fine.
I was about to say, Malachi will nod to Kiriki as she says I'd probably do it better by myself. He'll say, be careful. We'll remain here until you return.
Yeah, take a personal healer with you. You have to tank for him, though.
Take care of my Demetrius.
Take
shit.
care of my
Castor.
precious boy Castor. He is soft man. Soft and squishy. Look at him.
All right, so you two, or whoever's going, I'm sorry, make a stealth check. Regular stealth +10.
I rolled
Yep.
so bad, but thank God for the +10.
What'd you get?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 22.
3.
Oh, that's really low for
One
you.
second, I'm rolling.
Mm-hmm. That is really low for me.
He gave you a +10. I was expecting like a 32 or something.
Me too.
Not
21.
everybody's blouts with it.
Jesus.
21 total.
All right. So between you two, it's higher than the monsters. I can tell you that right now. Your stealth is 21 together. So,
I'm gonna move
I
my
guess
token over so I can.
yeah,
actually-
Castor and Kiriki, do you all just want to take your tokens, and
Yeah,
we'll
so I
leave
can
me with the
actually see.
beaver. Okay.
Stuff like.
So as you guys creep, this small corridor that went about 20 feet turns to the left, and it opens up to go a few different ways before it ends after another 20 feet. It curves off to the right to go down where maybe the other one circled was, and then after about 15 feet, it opens up and to a T. To the immediate right is a small little alcove. It's about 10 feet by 10 feet. Just a maybe place for a rest, or you don't know. But to the left, after about 5 feet, it curves off to the right, going for another hallway. This hallway goes down about 30 feet before it looks like it tees to the right and to the left. But you hear nothing. You see nothing. Actually, Castor, no, you don't hear anything.
I'm gonna go up just a little bit further and like look around the corner here.
Yeah.
Just a little up further, but I see it. Is this where you're talking about over here where it tees again?
Yep.
Like how far we were able to go? That you
Um,
described, or did you describe the section we were just in?
no, so I described up to where it tees right there.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to where you've described
Okay.
and like peek around the corners.
Yeah, peek around that corner.
Oh.
Yeah. What does Kiriki see?
I have to like zoom in so I have a better option. See, I see a bunch of bodies. I don't.
It's true.
I don't know if they're sleeping or if they're dead. But like before, like once she hits the corner, she puts her hand out real quick for Castor to stop.
So, Castor, with your passive perception, you see, I want to use the word hundreds of small holes throughout their bodies. Like, I mean, the size of your fingertip. But you see nothing. There's no visible weapons or anything of any kind, but you see these small holes. And then in the grass, like just below the surface of the grass itself, kind of in the dirt, you can see what's drawn is a crescent moon symbol.
Do I hear anything?
You hear nothing. But you guys do see into the room a little bit to the right. It looks like a very large statue of Artemis. But there are 5 dead demons in here. Unmoving. They all look quite holy.
But like the holes are the same size everywhere. Like it's how can I explain it? Is it from a crafted item or does it look like insect bites or something like that?
Without getting next to the body and studying it, it's really hard to get in depth with it, but you see no weapons. All the holes from this distance look exactly the same size.
I telepathically speak with Kirky and tell her
This might be one of the god's traps. I know there are several in this place. I also know that the statues could provide great boons to the followers of the gods.
Kirky like jerks her head real quick to like cast her and like turns it a little more than a person should be able to turn their head.
Oh,
God, I love Kirky.
Oh, I apologize if I startled you. I just don't want potential demons to hear us.
I mean, it's fine. But she's whispering because she knows stealth. It's fine. I can't repeat back to you.
Can she?
And I
no,
cannot
she
talk.
can't. She
Okay.
can only hear me. She can't talk to me.
So I gotta talk loud anyway. Is there anything down the other hallway, or is it just like another corner?
To the left at that T, it looks like it is another hallway, and it turns off to the left a little bit down there, about 25 feet.
All right, I'm gonna come, not through the door, but I'm gonna like come up against the wall a little bit so I can see through the door a little bit more, and let Caster be able to see more as well.
You see there's different demons on the ground. They are different shades, but they all have wings, they all have horns. They're all obviously demons. Like, none of these even, like the little mutant creature, it's not even like that. Like, these are just winged, horned demons. Some of them have kind of more demonic features than others. Some of them are more humanoid. There's red, there's gray, there's black, there's tan. But they are just laying on the ground, dead.
Kiriki is gonna like kneel down and whisper, because she's not sure. Great huntress, let us enter. And she's gonna gently like stand back up and like creep into the room.
Before she enters the room, I just...
It is too late. She says she's entering it. I'm just kidding.
All
What do you want to do?
I just want to cast guidance on her.
Oh yeah, she's gonna need it. Kiriki, as you enter this secluded glade, and after you step through the doorway, not before, but afterwards, you see a full moon above the statue. Like, even though it's bright noon sunlight right now, this full moon appears, and it almost creates like a shadow around the statue to specifically be there. And you have a moment of just being in almost all of it. And you see these spectral arrows kind of appear in the air all around you, like orbiting this room, just creating this dome of arrows. And you look at the bodies and you're like, oh shit. However, they don't fire.
Okay. Shit, I don't even know what to do at this point.
Oh shit. Hold on. If you cast guidance, you will lose Pass Without a Trace. They're both concentration.
Okay, then we lose the path of that trace.
Okay.
And I sorry, I didn't think about that.
Sorry.
So there's the moon above, and it looks like it shot down, correct?
Not so much as shot down as just appeared. Like Castor, you look back, he's looking at you. He doesn't really seem to see the moon.
I guess I investigate the room a little bit, gently and respectfully.
Okay. I mean,
Kiriki
there's
has
not...
a high religion, so she has high respect for the gods. Like, she doesn't want to do anything that would be outdoor offensive. Let me clarify that, so that you can't be like, meh.
Yeah, see here? Yeah.
Okay, guidance is a what? Plus 1d4?
Yeah. Alright, so
I rolled a 21 investigation.
what are you trying to figure out?
what set the trap off specifically?
So
And-
I hate to say this,
Mhm.
but Becca made good decisions.
Yeah.
And you know that hurts me inside
Yeah.
to say. But so it actually, the trap is, and I will, you know what? No, I'm not going to copy and paste this fucking document. So the trigger of the trap is entering the glade without bowing to the moon or giving reverence to Artemis. The demons don't understand the Olympians and their pride. Well, that's from Todd's point of view. Their pride is their biggest thing. Like, that's what they thrive on the most. So these demons entering this place without giving reverence to her is the sole reason that they are all dead. And you kind of, Kiriki looks at the bodies, looks at the symbol on the ground, and it might and probably would occur to her that they have no idea who they were approaching, how proudful Artemis is, and the fact that they can't just wander around and do whatever they want in a place made by the gods.
Where you said there's like a crescent moon on the ground?
Yeah, it was at the very beginning in the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit below the grass, kind of in the dirt.
Okay. In front of the statue, Kiriki will kneel again, and thank you for your passage, Great Huntress. And she'll get up to leave.
Kiriki?
Yeah.
Would you please make a religion check?
Yeah! I'm pretty decent at these. I'm gonna roll so bad because I said something. 16! God.
It's 1d4? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You used
You feel the light from the crescent moon, or the moonlight above, shining in on you, giving you the favor of Artemis. That is all.
Wish I knew what that was. And Kiriki will leave the room. Maybe we should return to the others? It looks like everything else is a dead end.
Let us do so. How does it feel to walk where they have been, girl?
But I walk the path that the gods lay before me all the time. I'm in awe of the grove, but I have no other thoughts on it.
Fair enough. And he just Castor starts working away towards where the party was.
Stealthily walking back towards the party.
All right.
I can swap again and cast Pass Without Trace because it's free from the staff.
So, Castor previously mentioned that the statues can give people boons. Did he want to do anything there? I hate for you to remember later and then be like, oh wait, I probably should have done something.
She touched the statue, right?
I knelt before it. I did not touch it.
Hmm.
It didn't seem, in Kiriki's mind, touching the statue was super disrespectful.
Okay.
So she didn't.
Well, the thing is that Castor knows they bestow boons, but he hasn't been in here, so he doesn't know what they need to do. He just knows that statues can be good, but doesn't know how to receive the gifts, and I mean, kind of relies on how the gods would act. So he leaves it up to faith, and it looked like she was respectful, so he doesn't do anything. No,
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
he wouldn't know.
Okay. So you guys... Oh, I'm sorry. Did y'all roll stealth checks yet? That wasn't English.
What?
Did you guys roll stealth checks yet?
No, okay. 32.
Oh, shit. Did you recast your Pass Without a Trace?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You can just do it.
Yes.
Hmm.
We're very consistent.
As Kiriki begins to leave, she feels like she was something is pulling her back, and she walks back in towards the room, and of course kneels again. Grant me entrance, Great Huntress, and she'll walk in again because something doesn't feel finished.
Mm-hmm.
I turn around and I don't follow her. I feel like it's meant to be what's happening now, so I'm just waiting there patiently.
Okay. Kiriki is gonna kneel down again, and can I try to make a religion check again?
You can't really just keep doing it over and over again.
Okay.
But if you have inspiration, I will let you use that to basically give yourself advantage from the last one.
Okay.
Rolling again
I'll-
and taking it higher.
I'll do that.
Come on, back up.
I didn't cast guidance this time.
Nope, I'm
Alright.
without guidance.
We know.
Maidenless.
Damn.
I can't believe I just got roasted for no reason.
That was fun. I don't know why I said that creepy. Fuck!
It was a 14.
Same thing. You feel the light on you.
Mm-hmm.
You feel it warm you, but maybe you feel a little more comforted.
Yep. I leave the room. The same polite greetings and leavings. And I meet up with Gaster.
Alright. Reroll skill check.
Ah, fuck. You want to roll high on stealth, but you don't want to roll high on religion. Oh, plus 27. Because
Jesus.
I re-entered Pass Without a Trace.
I'm not doing math. Okay, so you guys are absolutely fine. You get back, nobody even knows you're there.
I
Enter
take
the
this
viewer.
moment. Yeah, I take this moment to jump scare Aldora for no reason.
Why me?
Because you're usually at the back.
Oh.
Roll a, Aldora, roll a, what's wisdom saving throw?
saving
Not
throw.
to, yeah, wisdom saving throw. Turkey.
Cherokee roll intimidation.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Intimidation versus her wisdom saving throw to not startle her.
Trying to get to the right place.
Nat 20.
Oh, I don't even have a modifier for intimidation unless I'm allowed to use strength again.
Yeah, you can use strength.
Okay.
We'll make that an ongoing thing.
Which makes sense, right?
Yeah. Malachi, what are you up
Me.
to?
She's scaring Eldora. Eldora's right behind me. Malachi might get
Oh.
scared. You never know.
10.
Reflex attack of opportunity from Malachi.
14.
No, I think Malachi should have disadvantage just because he's already scared of Kirk.
Then that should apply to Aldora.
All right, so Kiriki,
I've all enrolled. Okay, don't punish me further.
Kiriki, how's your intimidation?
A 10.
Aldora, how's your wisdom saving throw?
14.
And Malachi, how was yours?
25.
So Kiriki just comes up and like, I don't know, does she poke her in the sides, or it's not really playful, huh? It's more like,
No.
"Ugh."
She just goes boo. Like real quietly and then like walks past him.
So Aldora just kind of like does like a whimper and then moves on.
What did you find?
A statue of Artemis.
A statue of Artemis. Some kind of shrine?
Essentially, yes.
Was there anything important that happened with it? Was it a path through or some kind of guidance?
And
Did you interact with it at all?
I interacted with it a little, but I don't think anything. I don't feel as anything happened. I feel
Did you
unresolved.
Did you offer her?
I don't have a prize from my hunt, unfortunately.
Have the demon bodies dissolved by chance?
No, actually. Or, you know what? I apologize. So, and I meant to bring this up earlier, but Kiriki, probably Andrak, and Malachi would have noticed. Actually, fuck it, all of you. So the oozes did. Like, the fire kind of burned the ground around them, but their body turned into like that black liquid that their blood is, and then the body itself kind of crumpled and then eventually just like deteriorated into nothing over the course of that hour. But the other bodies would have remained.
So that demon bull thing, it's still there.
The demon, what now?
The demon bull that bull rushed us. Like
The one from the like 2 hallways back. Yeah, that's still there.
if Andrak were to go back, could he chop its head off with his great sword?
Yes. I mean, it's a big sword, so yeah.
Okay. He would do that, and then he would return to the group with the head.
Wait, where are you going?
I'll be right back.
Kiriki will explain.
Malachi like throws his hands up in the air. He's like, everybody's just going off on their own today, I guess. Fine.
Follow if you want.
I think he can take care of himself.
I've seen literal monstrosities fail to kill him, so I don't have a worry to be had.
And
The thing.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, the thing about the room is it there's a draw to it, and I can't place it. It's like I want to return and try to seek guidance more. But I've tried twice and it's not working for me. I can explain how to get past the trap, but how to receive the blessing or whatever the room is offering, I cannot say. Because Castor did mention to Kiriki that you can receive boons from the gods, or like from this place.
Yeah. Is that where Andrak's headed, by the way? I figured I should ask.
He just went back to go claim the demon bull's head, and then he would return and then walk past everybody towards the room they said.
It'll probably take about 20 minutes to get that head off, because it's a pretty thick bowl. But you have a big sword, so give it about 20 minutes and you'll have it off. No problem. It'll be beautiful.
And then,
When he returns and walks past everybody, Malachi is going to join him this time.
Kiriki will also
Well,
follow
Steve,
because she has to explain
Steve
how to get past the traps.
Yes, please. Let's see for ourselves what this statue of Artemis can do.
so it's
All right.
this way, right?
Yes. You head to the left at the T. To the right. Left being the thorns, right being the small hallway. At the end of it, it curves off to the left. Then it kind of tees, and with Kiriki's guidance, she can lead you right there. But you head left, and then around the corner, head right, it'll tee again, and then the room will be to the right.
I'll let Becca control it, because I don't know where the fuck... She'll lead us, because she knows where this is.
So,
You didn't mention there was a bunch of dead demons in here.
oh, I forgot. I didn't seem important. I did say
Right.
it was trapped, so before you enter, greet the goddess and ask for permission. Kneel, though.
Andrak,
Before entering the room.
yeah. Andrak will kneel, grants me...
Andrak, you do see the crescent moon in the grass, or in the dirt below the grass. Malachi, nah, not so much.
Fine. Malachi takes a knee. Great Huntress, grant me safe passage.
And then he will step into the room.
Deep breath. You take a step in, and like Kiriki, you didn't see it there before, but once you're in the room, you see it. The shadows kind of take over that statue, and you see above it a full moon. And then you see in the air, kind of making a dome above this place, spectral arrows that are like a white light of arrows. But they are not firing on either of you. But you both see that as you step in the room.
Andrak will
Impressive.
approach the statue of Artemis. He will take a knee in front of it. He will place the demon bull's head below the statue, as well as fish out the very last 2 dragon jerky rations.
You know, I was on the fence about the bullhead because it's like, that's not really much of an offering. But dragon jerky? Oh.
And he sets them before the statue, and he will cusp his hands together, a sign of gratitude.
I am going to give you a bonus in my head. But, Andrak, would you please roll a religion check?
A religion check?
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on. Where is?
Did my guidance explaining everything give him advantage?
No, but I appreciate you offering.
Okay, I just thought I'd try.
And because it's fitting, I will be burning a use of my knowledge from a past life, because he does have some knowledge of this. That's a 19. Damn, I rolled a 1 on my bonus knowledge from past life.
You feel good, and you feel the moonlight blessing you from above, cleansing your soul and making you feel lighter as a person. But that is all.
Malachi waits for Andrak to finish, and then he'll walk up to the statue and kind of look it up and down. He'll take a knee, again, lowering his head. Artemis, goddess of the hunt, do not bring an offering, except for a promise that the hunt I'm about to embark on will be one of great importance to this sacred place. Bless me with your strength, that I might rid this place of evil. And I guess that's my turn to do a religion check, yeah?
All right, roll a religion check. Andrak, as you exit this room and you take a step through the doorway. You feel your body jerked a little bit, like pulled back, pushed forward, jerked around. Almost like you're being blown by a very strong wind, but there is no wind and no leaves are moving, no grass is moving, no one else is moving. It is just you. And you feel your chest tighten and your head hurt for a little bit as you are affected by a boon. As you exit this room, you are blessed by one of the moons of your choice that Artemis has granted you.
Oh shit!
I don't know if you've chose one or not, but I'm going to jump over to
I did choose one.
Malachi. Same thing. You feel
Malachi-
good, but
I got an 18, by the way.
yeah, 18 unfortunately, just short.
He stands up.
Should
He
have.
feels the warmth, right?
Yeah, just like the warmth of this moonlight washing over you.
He kind of stands up, looks over the statue again. He takes like a sigh and then turns back to the group. Well, I don't know if that actually did anything, but I suppose reverence should be had here.
I mean, you look down and you see the jerky on the statue, and you think it's funny that Andrak brought this, like, cooked meat made into jerky meat of her twin brother's sworn enemy.
I have nothing good to offer, so yeah, he'll rejoin the group.
Kiriki
Alright,
is
Andrew.
making a mental note that offerings seem to help.
I mean, yeah.
Andrak kind of holds his, places his hand over his chest for a second, and he just whispers something, and then he'll look up, accepted.
You feel different.
Tell us, Dylan, how different does Andrak feel?
He feels as if he is more resilient than ever,
Oh?
and more resilient still, strong as steel, unbreakable even.
God damn it. I can hear Todd crying.
And what does this boon do?
He has become more resistant as he gains 3 damaged resistances of his choice.
And what are they? Kind sir.
Oh, you know. Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Alright. Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Resistance. That's gonna come in handy. Time to bring this snake lady back. Alright. Now, Castor, did you come with them?
I did not enter the room.
Did you come with them, though?
Yeah, I think we all went.
Alright, so you're kind of watching all this happen. Aldora,
E.
what are you doing as you watch them make these offerings, make these prayers to the goddess of the hunt, Artemis?
Eldora will kind of observe what's going on to the others, and then she will kind of walk over and go on one knee.
So you observe what they do and then you walk in?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I just thought I'd ask.
You would have observed that we prayed before
yeah.
we walked in.
I wasn't sure of a bit, like, we were already in the room. I got
No.
confused for a minute.
So what does Aldora do?
Eldora will ask for permission to enter the room.
Hey, can I come in?
Yeah, Eldora will get on one knee and will say, Goddess of the Hunt, please, may I enter the room? Yeah.
And then you enter?
Okay.
Oh, that's a question.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the arrows above, and they stay still. They do not fire at you. You see the full moon above the statue that darkens like everybody else. And I close my window where I rolled a shit ton of d6s. Next time, baby. Next time. Alright, so you go up to the statue.
Yeah.
What you want to do once you're there? Just kind of look at it, dance around. My God's better than your God. My God's better than yours. My God's better because she uses spear. My God's better than yours.
Totally. Not really. She'll kind of go to where the others had placed the offerings, and she'll kind of go down, like go on both her knees, and she will say, I do not carry anything of any special or very close dear items, but what I can offer is the why am I blanking so much on this stuff? God.
Because you're put on the spot and you're nervous.
Yeah.
It's okay.
She'll say whatever. What I offer is this, or these. As she will place down the emerald, the star ruby, the 2 fire opals, and the blue opal.
Now, this is a question from Todd to Macy. Just out of curiosity, do you know how much that shit's worth? Because you said I don't have much, but that's a lot of money.
It's called being humble, Todd.
Aldora would think that to offer a god would more be something that is dear, closer to the heart, rather than a kind of money thing. She doesn't really feel like she has anything special or close to her heart that she can offer that would be worthy. So she's just going to be offering that.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah.
You said a star ruby, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
That
fire
one will-
opal.
Oh, okay. I thought you said a star ruby. Though, so the fire opal itself is actually worth 1,000 gold. So you're like, I don't really have anything, but here's this, and Artemis is like stopping what she's doing and being like, hold up, somebody just paid bank.
Yeah.
All right, so if you would please make a religion check, I'm gonna give you the same bonus. I feel like the dragon jerkies would have been a little better at an Apollo statue, but it's still funny. Do you have more jerky, Andrew?
That was the last 2.
Oh man.
He said
But-
this game.
He doesn't know if there's. He considers that a hunt, so he offers it to the goddess of the hunt.
It counts.
I mean, it works.
Apollo gets his. I'm adding this to my sheet now. Solid gold-plated, diamond and studded super flute. How does that sound? It's a Stradivarius.
Oh Jesus. All right, Macy. Religion check. How'd you do?
Well,
You feel great about yourself.
yeah.
So, what else do you guys want to do?
Oh,
Before we get too far, I just want to make sure Castor is not doing this, or
No.
okay, just wanted to check.
I would say the people with a high passive perception as we leave this area and kind of move further on would notice that Malachi looks like he's somewhat uncomfortable with the whole process.
Yeah.
How
hear-
dare I talk to another god?
There can be only one.
If you ask him about it later, he might explain why. But for now, that's just what you guys see.
Kiriki has a low passive perception. You look normal to her. She didn't pay attention.
She will never notice a difference. He
Andrew
starts.
probably would notice, but he's towards the front, so he doesn't get to talk to Malachi, who is in the back or something like that.
He's in the middle. He's actually right behind you.
Oh, okay.
I'm right behind
it's on the
Right.
ceiling.
It's
No, that's Kiriki, and there's no ceiling.
true. Just the sun and its welcoming warmth. Hello, sun. It's time for a new day. Yeah. So, are you guys going straight out of this room into the hallway, or did you want to go back towards the thorns? You want to go thorny?
I think clearing out the rest of this area would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, go north.
Yeah, go north.
All
Head
right.
to the north.
So you head straight out of this room. Go and take a left at the T where it was, and after about 25 feet, you can see it turns to the left there, and there's a small wall, and then it goes into another alcove. It's only about 10 feet wide, goes for about 20 feet, and then it stops, and then after that, by about 10 feet, you can see there is another little alcove to the left. It's about 20 feet wide, 20 feet long. It's just a square room. you're not sure of what the purpose of this is, but Castor, you would know, and you would be the only one to really know this. But over time, a lot of people who have come here, dined here, brought friends here, made a vacation out of this place has served a lot of different purposes over the rooms. A lot of goddesses have came here and had like birthday bashes. So I mean, it's hard to say what these rooms once might have been used for, but now they're just all empty. And it's almost barren, minus you guys and these evil dark creatures.
Okay.
But a little bit past that, another little hallway, 15 feet wide this time instead of 10. And then it only goes by about 70 feet to the left, and then it dead ends. To the right, it seems to curve and make a U-turn around a small little wall and goes to the right. Or it looks like you can go straight ahead. So do you want to keep going straight and kind of solid wall to the left and kind of dipping into different hallways to the right?
Well, Kiriki wants to go right all of a sudden, so I think that's because she always wants to be right. Hey,
Oh.
Dylan gets stabbed by Kiriki.
Yes, Dylan gets stabbed by Kiriki. I'm in favor of going to the right as well, mostly just to explore all the possibilities that direction.
Right, because if everybody's going to the right, Andrak will reluctantly take back up the front spot.
Alright, so you guys head to the right down this, I'm not gonna say long hallway, but decently kind of long area. It's about 45 feet before it curves off to the right. And again, it's just this beautiful, lush green grass and the leaves on the walls and everything. But it curves off to the left. You look to the left, and it's another hallway with a dead end.
Oh, that was a quick little jaunt. Back to the other room.
Yep. Go back to the hallway, and you can go ahead 10 feet, and there's another turn off to the right. Another 10 feet above that, another turn off to the right. Or, after about 30 feet, a turn off to the left. Decisions.
I guess we should follow the pattern, make sure everything's clear.
Yeah, do a full sweep.
Breach and clear, folks. Breach and clear.
Alright, so you go down this one. Again, it's about 45 feet. It turns off to the left, except, or as you do this one, yes, it does go back to the left in kind of a dead end, but ahead of you, at this point, it splits. You can go right, or you can go left. There's a single wall dividing the two. To your right is a solid wall all the way down, as far as you can see where it dead ends, which is roughly about 50 feet. And then to the left on that little wall, it seems to keep going for a little bit, and then dead end after about 35 feet.
Can we just take a peek in at this other adjacent kind of northbound hallway? Just to see it, that dead ends. Okay, cool. And then we can go up north all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Careful taking a peek. That's how you get in trouble.
I like peeking. Just a peek.
Careful peeking with your blinders.
Carefully strolling up the hallway.
Mm-hmm. Using your passive perceptions. Are you sneaking or are you just walking slowly? You did say carefully, so I'm going to ask.
Andrak's walking slowly, but not stealthily, because he is not the stealthiest.
That's fair. So you're just going slow.
I think at this point, we're just kind of walking slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just to watch out for traps.
Yeah.
They were warned about traps.
Yeah, for sure. So at the end of this hallway, it curves off to the left, and then after about 10 feet, it curves off to the left again. Again, staying 10 feet wide the whole time. After the second curve off to the left, it goes for about 15 feet before it curves off to the right. And you can see that this one seems to have a bit more flowers to it. You can see there's some blooms of blossoms and beautiful little roses at the corner there. It's a pretty little area. And then you curve off to the right. But before you do, Castor, you hear movement ahead to the right.
I try to one of the others, like, hold on a minute. There is something near us.
Finally. Let's prepare.
Oh,
Castor
and
knows
we're
that
combat.
Castor knows
Andrak.
that
I'm sorry. Go
That
ahead.
would be just Andrak stepping forward to try to like look around the corner. A little
Yeah, but that's how this works. You see them, they
that's-
see you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was assuming. I'm just saying that would just be him.
Dylan. So you guys are moving as a group. So everybody roll initiative.
Malachi is like getting his like summons his scythe and he like begins to kind of loosen up for combat and then he watches Andrak step forward. He's like, oh damn it.
This is his job. He is to get hit.
Yeah, but you're losing out on saving resources with surprise rounds by doing that. That's the issue we have.
Actually, I'm pretty good on resources.
All right. Palace, what is your initiative?
It is a 9.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Castor.
Yes, sir. My initiative is 16.
Hendrik.
20.
That's good. Aldora.
I got a natural 20 for 21.
Oh. Kiriki.
7.
Malachi.
20.
Nice.
This is why we don't tell her to turn off the cheater bot.
Okay. So I'm just in that. So I'm assuming that Malachi has a better dex than Andric.
By one.
I wouldn't assume. I got a +4, yeah.
I have a +3. I have a 16.
All right. Aldora, you go first, but you're at the back. You can't see around the corner. Castor started to say, hold on, there's something, and then Andrak went around the corner and you heard a growl, and they're starting to charge. What do you want to do? It would take you 30 feet of movement to get to the other side of Andrak in this small little hallway. It's only about 10 feet wide, and it does curve off to the right, but it is about 30 feet long.
I have exhaustion still, don't I?
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And it takes half movement too to even get past them. So I'll only be able to get past one of them.
I suppose that does that mean we
What?
should reroll for our initiative because we
Yeah, but
have disadvantage?
yeah, I was gonna say
That
it's
was
my bad
exhausted.
because I forgot. But I mean, technically yes, but that was my fault.
Okay.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
leave it then.
Wait, yeah, I forgot we do have this. Wait, do we have disadvantage on initiative?
Yeah, because it's an ability check.
Yeah,
So
all
yeah,
okay.
ability checks.
it's fine. He said that it's his fault, so we're gonna keep it.
Oh, we're gonna keep it.
Yeah, and you can get past them with your movement speed. It'd be pretty much all of it, but you could do it.
Okay. So Dora's gonna move next to Andrak. And
Got any bolt? Try to hit that new crit.
Huh?
Got any bolt and try to hit that new crit?
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually that was exactly what I was thinking of doing.
I don't see why not. Fuck it. One shot kill.
Okay, make a ranged spell attack against target. On hit, target takes 4d6. Okay.
Which one you want to hit? The one up front or the one in the back?
I'll probably worry more about the one that's in the back.
Okay. You do see these two large demonic gorilla-looking creatures that you've seen before. They are just starting to charge at Andrak, seeing him and wanting to eat him.
The 12 hit.
I really doubt it, but I'll check. I regret to inform you that 12 does not hit. No, ma'am.
Okay. Shame corner.
Okay, fair enough.
Can I have anything? But nope, I don't. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. It was a good try. Don't worry, Macy. You'll get him next time.
Yeah.
Malachi, you're behind Andrak and a little bit around the corner, but these are big demonic gorillas. You can kind of see them. They're starting to move. You saw a door go up there. You can hear them.
Yeah, Malachi is going to Malachi is going to kind of squeeze between Andrak and Kiriki to get behind Aldora, and he's going to look at both of these things and let's see here. What do I want? That one's outside of my range. Yeah, he's going to kind of get behind Aldora, and then his face will illuminate with this spectral ghost face, the skeleton face, as he launches 2 Eldritch Blasts at the very first one.
Okay. You're going to try to hit Charlie.
Charlie. Take this, Charlie. Oops, that's not the right number. I have to re-roll that, sorry. Or I could just take it and add the... Yeah, never mind. First attack is a 26 to hit.
That will hit Charlie. Charlie,
And-
going to school just so he can have a career to start a family and really just build a life for himself and his wife, probably.
Right. But the second attack is a natural 1 for a 11.
Ha!
13. 12. I can do math. I promise, guys. I promise.
It's okay. It's not like you're playing a game that has to do with numbers. It's fine.
Yeah. So, let me roll damage for that first one real quick here.
You got this!
10 points of damage for the first skull as it like charges out. Once again, every time he casts Eldritch Blast, it's like these spectral skulls that launch out from his face. The first one rips forward past Eldora's shoulder and just like starts biting at the shoulder of this monster for 10 points of damage. And the second one, well, the second one needs a D100 roll.
Yeah, it does.
Boy.
Roll high, baby!
A 61, and this is a spellcasting effect, so
Oh no.
What is it?
The caster ages 1d4 times 10 years for 1d4 hours.
Huh.
what? I don't
You're
know how that
aging.
works for Malachi.
Well, I guess roll a d4 and multiply it by 10.
Interesting.
Does it actually have any effect on 5e?
It does.
So you age 40 years. Then roll another d4 for 1 hour.
1.
So for an hour, you look 40 years older.
So
And whatever
so-
other effects Todd deems that to be.
We will
so
find
this-
out.
The first skull flies out, and then the second one, as it begins to leave his face, you see it actually extends out of his face like 5 or 6 inches, and then you hear this just ungodly wail as it pulls back into his face, and his beard just has this streak of white in it as he kind of like shakes his head and under his breath just mumbles, "What the fuck?"
Oh, I love wild magic type effect. Oh, that's great.
Sometimes when you use the spirits of the dead to make your attacks for you, they lash out at you. Spirits are not always kind. And that's Malachi's whole turn, I guess.
Alright, so Malachi ages quite a bit. You feel a little bit weaker, but other than that, not really anything is going to affect you. If it comes up, then I'll mention it. Don't worry, I'm here for you. Andrak, it is your turn. You turn around the corner. You saw these things start charging. Aldora, quick to react. Malachi, quick to age. What do you want to do?
He stops for a second, looks at Malachi, and then just ignores it. Charging forward, he's gonna step forward, and he's swing his sword.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, physically, if it's aging 40 years, it's over the course of an hour, or is it he ages 40 years right away, and then for the hour, he is 40 years older?
I assume it's like a white, like you age all of a sudden, and then for an hour you're 40 years older.
Gotcha. Yeah, so he's effectively looks like a 70-year-old man now.
All right,
He's giving Pastor a run for his money.
the first attack is a 24.
Or I walk for my money on this age.
Oh boy! So
God
the first
damn it.
first one's a 24,
That'll hit.
and the second one is a natural 1.
Damn.
But because I got it, wouldn't it be crazy if I used my inspiration to not critically fumble?
That would be a good
Pretty
idea.
cool. Probably a pretty good use of things that I should have thought of when I was on my turn.
Well, it's better, but that's still a 12.
Oh my god.
So, 24 is the first one.
I feel like this is going to be a hard fight because of rolls.
Yeah.
Malachi, did
Cheater back on Becca.
Alright, after that... I'm sorry, Andrak, is there anything else you wanted to fall over?
Well, does the
Oh, wait.
24 hit?
No. Wait. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot what I was fucking doing. The 24 does hit, if you would like to roll a shit ton damage.
A shit ton. Unless it's max, that's 18 points of slashing damage. Holy shit.
I do not like the look of that number, but it's good damage.
Oh, it's 6 times 3.
Yes. 18 points of damage. That's a good bit.
So he just runs forward, just uppercuts with his greatsword, and then tries to swing down, but the thing gets used to hits the ground. He's like, shit.
Yeah, that's a hard hit, and he is already bleeding. You see his black blood just dripping down his huge body, the fur kind of sticking together with the thickness of this blood.
But, yeah, that will be his turn.
All right. It is Demon Gorilla. Is this one? Yep, this is Charlie. So it's Charlie's turn. I don't think he has anything cool. He can recklessly attack, but I don't know about that.
Is Charlie the northmost or the southmost?
Charlie is the southmost.
Okay, so that's Charlie.
Yeah, the one you just attacked was Charlie.
Okay.
Yeah. Oof. Well, I guess he gets 3 attacks. So there's a little bit of hope for some damage here. And you know what? Because he's almost dead, he's going to recklessly attack you. So he roars out. This giant bestial demon roars out. These giant gorilla things coming down at your face as he tries to bite you. That is a 15 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
With advantage. Alright. He's going to try to fist you twice. That's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. 9 points of damage. Because you're resistant, it is 4 points of damage.
Is this bludgeoning?
It is.
So it's also -2 because I still have heavy armor math.
Oh, well then, let's -2 and then cut it in half.
Yeah, that's a 3.
Yeah.
3 points of damage.
Alright. The second fist, 21.
That hits.
Alright. That is... Oof, really low damage. Wait, is it really? Yeah, it is. 6, so -2 divided by 2, you take 2 points of damage.
Alright.
He just angrily looks at you. I'm trying to get my masters and take my kid to school. Castor,
What?
Yes, sir.
it is your turn.
Cosmetology.
Righty.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I will move.
This demonic gorilla is getting his doctorate in cosmetology.
What a useless degree.
I will cast Silele, and then I will cast Thorn Whip on the one that is near Andrek.
Alright. Whip it. Whip it really good.
Whip it good. 15 to hit.
15. I've lost their sheet. A 15 will hit. Right on, actually.
Right. I do 6 points of damage.
Alright. He roars out in pain.
Is this... can he move here, or is it only enough for one tile of movement to, like... Can it fit to move there if I pull it with a Thorn Whip?
I'm sorry, which one do you want to fit?
Can I pull him here? Because I can, if I want, pull him up to 10 feet closer.
If you pull him closer, because it's coming from you, I would say it's straight towards you.
All right. So,
Like, pulling somebody...
because it's Andrek.
Yeah, I mean, you can. It would just be kind of funny.
I want to see if I would be able to cause an attack of opportunity by Malachi entering his reach. But I can't from this angle, so okay.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Can I move again? No, right? Or
Yeah, you can keep moving. I think you only moved 5 feet, right?
I will move again this way
Okay.
Smart.
to make some space.
He's almost playing tactically. Alright, so you move back behind the wall a little bit there. Palace, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Palace is gonna scooch past Kiriki and Caster, and then scooch past Eldora and like past Andrak, and she's gonna attack the one who's attacking Andrak. It's right in front of him.
Now, you did say he recklessly attacked.
Yep. So you will have advantage on this, and I forgot about that with your whip. I'm sorry.
Oh god. All 4 attacks have advantage?
Oh
So
shit.
should I have
Let
rolled
me-
for a critical potentially?
Yes. Yeah, it works the same as the other reckless.
Okay, that's the first attack.
No.
That's the second. I'm trying to get the numbers.
Yeah, attack rolls
not-
against them have advantage until their next turn.
Yeah,
I'm
like
not-
barbarians.
Yeah, I'm just not even gonna roll a third. Or the second one, third one twice. No
my God.
fucking way.
Wow. God in heaven.
Okay, so I'm not. All right.
Fuck.
As Palace moves past, everyone runs up next to Andrak, takes the first swing onto the monster with a 30,
Holy fuck!
the second swing onto the monster with a 23, the third
yeah.
swing onto the monster with a natural 20 for a 32, and then the fourth swing onto the monster with another natural 20 for another 32.
Okay, now there's a few things I want to address here. Now, A, I don't know about this whole monster thing. I mean, he's clearly a nice guy. B, he's not gonna survive this. Like, any of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I really think that depends on who you are. Charlie does not think it's great.
Well,
Nobody
Charlie's
cares
dead.
about Charlie.
I see that. So go ahead and roll the
Charlie
30
can kiss his
first.
cosmetology degree to goodbye.
No, he only wanted one week left.
Can I, for my first 2 attacks, can I just combine them and do like 2d6 plus 14 plus 2d6 or whatever? Rather than running
yeah.
sets of damage.
Yeah, he'll live that. Or he'll live through that. He'll live that? The fuck?
We'll see.
He'll live for that.
The first 2 attacks is 20 points of slashing or piercing damage plus 6 points of cold damage.
He has 5 hit points left.
Okay, cool. Overkill. Let's just.
He stands there, barely able to stand, kind of limping over a little bit as you slash at him. This black blood just spraying on the large bush and greenery behind him.
All right.
Double crits. Double crits.
I know what
His eyes go from Andrak to Palace. My children.
So that's 12, and then the other one is 12. So I'm just gonna combine the last 2 crits as well. So that's another
would you do that?
2d6 because
Well, They
It's
have
all
to
the
have
same.
separate. They have to have separate 1d100s though.
oh right.
I mean, he's gonna be
That's
super
like
dead,
the
but
damage. Yeah.
I guess you might gain a benefit from it.
You might go crazy.
She might just go a little nuts.
Oh,
She's already nuts.
Well, she's not Razmi level, so we're fine.
yeah.
Or Razmi.
Whereas me.
No regrets.
Well, there's no
Regrets.
Razmi level. Razmi is dead.
All right, so the first one is 24 with the
Okay.
D100. Nope. You're gonna let me overkill this. I'm gonna roll all my damage. 62.
62. This is slashing.
Piercing.
That is
No.
a mass. Oh, piercing.
Mhm.
Still massive hit. 3 times damage.
So 72 points of damage to his 5.
All right.
Okay, so-
Second
Keep
hit.
going.
Second hit.
Keep going.
Oh my
Then
god.
another, 30 more damage.
Yeah.
Let's do a D100.
Ah! Arm, elbow, wait, no, hold on. Torn shoulder, -1 to combat.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh.
as Palace just wiggles her way through everybody, comes in, and is just the
She
real.
blendered that man.
Yeah, the sound of a wood chipper.
Put him
Stop,
at
he's already dead.
negative 97 hit points.
Yeah.
How many hit points did he have?
He had 5. Oh, total? I'm not going to tell you.
At the start
Okay.
of my round, at least.
Oh, he had 5 hit points when you're... Or no, I'm sorry, because you did... he had 31 hit points.
Yeah. Anyway, that guy's
God.
dead. Kiriki, or not Kiriki,
Yeah.
Palace is standing there covered in blood, and then like points to the next guy.
Oh shit, Babe Ruth up in the house!
That was a fucking
Intimidation check?
blender.
Spin to win
Wow.
is what just happened.
Spin to win? Hell no.
She's literally- oh my god, she's an actual knife Beyblade.
I-
She
For
literally
Palace-
Beybladed him.
before Palace went to battle, is like, hold on, we need to turn on your blender mode.
Becca,
Ninja Chopper.
Yeah.
keep those hands handy because it's Kiriki's turn.
I don't
Went to
even,
round 2?
no, probably not.
Kiriki goes to like acrobatically move around, and this one that was towards the back, aptly named 2, he looks a little afraid all of a sudden.
You should. Palace isn't playing around.
I mean, it's the whole thing, everything that just happened, minus the fumbles. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 because somebody used inspiration.
Every time somebody else plays Palace, the fucking meme I made just comes up.
So, to Kiriki's left is Aldora and Malachi. To her right is Castor. Ahead of her is Andrake and Pal. It's kind of blocking the way a little bit, but she can slip through there. And about 25 feet ahead of her is the Gorilla Demon. Is she gonna do it?
Sorry, I'm reading everything real fast.
Oh shit!
Is Kiriki gonna follow suit? Is she gonna Beyblade the shit out of the last gorilla?
Mm-mm.
When Becca's reading, that scares me because that means something's coming.
2 nat 20s.
3 more nat 20s. She gets a 67, a 69, and a 68, and she just eviscerates them.
I would like to note that everybody's nat 1 except for Becca, who has rolled 2 nat 20s.
Yeah, she's
Not
a
1,
fucking
2.
blender right now.
Okay, so I had to double check something.
Uh-oh.
And just make sure I could how it works again because it's been a while since I've used it. But Kiriki's gonna draw one of her scimitars and pull out, draw some blood. Gotta hurt myself real fast. Hold.
Please hold for self-inflicted pain.
I take 7 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And she's gonna pull the blood spear, and I'm going to throw. Does my blood spear hit for a 16?
Yes, ma'am. A 16 will hit.
As the fucking spear connects on hit. Okay, perfect. So as the spear connects, it does lots of damage.
Unlikely.
First 2 points of piercing, 3 points of necrotic, and then there's an additional 7 points that I did to myself. We'll just say another 7 points of piercing.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action,
Yeah.
as soon as the spear connects and like pierces in, the black necrotic damage spreads, and there's a slight wound. And as Kiriki releases the spear, her hand stretches out, and you watch as her hand jerks really weirdly, and the blood from the monster slides down and pools beneath his feet, making a 5-foot circle of difficult terrain below him.
The old blood pool.
That's creepy. Well,
It causes difficult terrain just for him because it's 5 feet deep pool.
I know it's hard to believe that this guy isn't the fastest guy in the class, but his initiative was a 4, and it's finally his turn. So this poor bastard who watched his friend, his classmate, his best bud at his wedding, Charlie, has fallen. His fallen friend. And he yells out, he says, "No! I'm gonna avenge you!" And he
I like
charges up.
Charlie and number 2 are best friends.
Hell yeah. And he charges up. I mean, he's not going to walk on his dead friend, so... Yeah. He's going to go after the little person. Well, threat versus victim. Let's be even here. I'm going to do a D4.
Just eviscerated his friend, so it makes sense.
Andrak, would you like to be even or odd?
Andrak's always odd.
Fair enough. Andrak, he runs up to be beside his friend, looks down at Charlie. No! Looks up at you. Fuck you! And he's going to try to bite and claw at you. He's not going to do it recklessly because he's not crazy. He's just different.
It's just built.
It's just mentally built different.
That's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
So he bites you for, hold on, -2, divided by 2, a total of 4 damage, piercing.
Alright.
Aha! And he's going to try to fist you twice. The first one is a 12. So sad.
That does not hit.
Second one's a 16. So sad.
That does not hit.
All right. So unfortunately, he only hits you once, and it's a barely. But after that, it is back to the top of the next round. Aldora, you saw this guy run up and do nothing.
So Aldora doesn't really see any point in like doing little assistance shit and healing shit. So I'm gonna try to go for another guiding bolt.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to give him a slight AC. Well, nah, he's bigger than Palace. I'm not going to. Maybe if you were Malachi, but Palace is small.
Yeah.
She's a fit gal. Like Kirky, like slim and shit.
Yeah, she's a mini blender.
Are you fishing for that
Call
nat
that.
20?
We call that a portable.
Yeah.
I
That's
bet she wasn't a ninja.
18.
An 18 will hit. What is this, 1d6?
It is. Oh. On a hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage. And the next
1d6,
attack roll
that's
made
crazy.
against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage.
Boo.
14 radiant damage.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you hit him, and it definitely hurts. He's hit with this light of Athena. He just goes, oh, that burns so bad. No.
Sounds like a mix of Kermit and Bob Dylan.
Kermit the Frog here, and I'm being obliterated by the light of Athena.
Kermit the Frog here.
I've raised an army of demons to take over ancient Greece.
Don't mind the demons behind me. Just keep walking, you know. All right. It's my go-to. I love the Canadian accent. It's fucking hilarious. Malachi, but not a real one. A
Hi.
fake one. What do you want to do? You want to hit some shit?
There's a lot of people right in front of me.
Yarp.
I have a.
You got Aldora and Paz and then the creature. Or you got Kirky next to you. You got that big scythe. You know what? Just, slice. I give you $1.
I think what I instead will do is this is I don't know if this will apply, but could I, if I used remove curse on myself, would that de-age me?
I'm going to read the text of it. Hold on, please.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a special effect, instead of like being from a monster, I'm gonna say no.
That's fine. I don't have much I would do otherwise because I don't know if there's really
Eldritch
a
Blast.
tactical way I'm gonna be able to get past them. Well, yeah, I'll try it. Sure,
Eldritch Blast,
Speak
Kirky.
English. He's going to try and lean his head over Aldora's shoulder and hit him with an Eldritch Blast or two.
Hey! Pew!
Let's see here. 22 for the first attack,
Yes, sir, that'll hit.
and a 19 for the second.
Yes, sir, that'll hit. What are these things coming at me? I've lost it.
26 points of damage.
Ooh, that hurt.
Malachi shakes his head, he's feeling a bit weaker because he's older right now, but he kind of shakes his head, shakes it off, leans over Aldora, around Aldora a little bit, and the two skulls pop out of his face once again, launching out and just latching onto its leg and arm and start chewing on it.
He looks pretty fucking hurt. You could see this blood oozing down him as he looks sadly down at his friend. It's hard to see really where the blood begins and the tears end on his face as he looks at his friend.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's Malachi's turn.
All right. Andrek, it is your turn. Take pity on this creature.
No.
Help it out. Train it to fight better. Give it a weapon. Give it your sword.
No.
Alright.
I want to point out, Kevin, you didn't roll with advantage on the first attack.
Oh,
We have moved on. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just reminding them he did not do that.
Can I allow for him to use the advantage that I would have gotten since he
No.
pointed it out?
No.
Well,
Yeah,
fine.
it's late, so. Oh well,
Ha!
you still hit. I just wanted to point that out.
I appreciate it, Dylan.
That sounded sincere. I could hear it.
I'm
So,
very sincere.
so I'ma swing my sword. That's a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
He's taking the sword in a different way. It's going straight through his stomach. Followed by a 20 to hit.
That'll hit. You and Palace up front. Killing these bitches.
The first attack does 10 points of slashing right through his stomach, and the second does
Very
15 points of slashing.
Oh, golly jeepers. He has less than 10 hit points, but more than 8. I can tell you what it is, but...
Is it 7?
Oh my god, how did you know? You're so good.
And yeah, as he withdraws the blade and stands at attention, that is Andrak's turn.
Alright. For Charlie's turn, in the depths of the abyss, you can hear faintly this crying sound as all 78 of his children cry out at once. Father!
Why did he have so many? That's his fault.
They don't have a lot of hobbies down there, you know? Caster.
He's getting a degree for cosmetology.
Yeah, he's trying to get out, you know? Caster, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I will step in here. And I mean, I don't have a lot of options. I will use a thorn whip.
Mm-hmm.
I whip my thorn back and forth.
Is this where the crit happens?
Let's see. No. But I do hit with a 23 total.
Yes, sir.
And I do a total of a measly 6 points of damage.
So he is still alive, but he looks very, very hurt.
Sidestep again. And that would be my turn.
Alright. After that, it is... Oh, shit. It's the blender.
All right. Because he stepped up to Palace.
Mm-hmm.
She feels nothing towards this man's safety and just starts slashing into him again.
As one does.
All right. The first slash connects in a 19.
Now, how far do you want to go with this?
Oh, I have already rolled all 4 attacks. Let's go.
Okay. So the 19 hits.
The second slash is a 15.
A 15 hits.
The third slash is a 27.
A 27 hits.
And the fourth slash is an 18. And now, like I had done prior, can I just smush all the damage together
Sure.
into one big fat roll?
Yeah, make a
Blender
fatty.
Time. Blender time.
Becca is short for Black and Decker.
Sorry.
I have to do math.
There's 2 piles of viscera at the end of this combat.
Maybe I should kill Kiriki and just play Palace.
No.
He plans on killing Palace off already.
Yeah, I like Kiki.
Yeah. Why would he want normal water when he could have the red water that flows?
I
Hey.
forgot to roll 3 more d6, sorry. So,
Mm-hmm.
a combined damage is...
This is ridiculous.
63.
in 63 in total damage.
Since I'm in Europe and you guys are in the US, in metric system, this is a fuckton.
Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, I
Actually,
appreciate
didn't know
that conversion. Becca!
Yeah,
He had 3 hit points.
yeah, I know. I just wanted to blend some more.
Okay. So what does this look like as Palace slashes him up and down? No! Help me! No!
I like to think that it's piercing damage, so she's like jabbing him, like real quick, like pop, pop, pop. So she like stabs once, and then stabs again, and then like just keeps going. Even more times than the 4 attacks she actually did. She just kind of overkills it a little bit.
I mean, sometimes you gotta do it.
We need to get Palace into some therapy after this.
So is that where we're gonna get the god of therapy, Theranos, in?
Yeah. Please.
Okay, so you guys are out of combat,
Yeah, I bet.
and it's sad. There's 2 dead demonic gorillas lay before you. Behind them, a dead-end hallway. This hallway only goes to be about 25 feet.
And all it took was a blender.
Malachi reaches up and kind of feels his face a little bit. What the fuck happened to me? I've never had something backfire on me like that.
Well, I think you look great.
He just
And
stares,
just chuckles
stares
a
at him
little
for
bit.
second.
Like, Castor entertains himself and chuckles a little bit.
We can get you tar to change it back.
Can Kiriki roll an Arcana check to see how if it's like a long-lasting effect or if it's going to be short-term?
Roll an Arcana check. Arcana, nature, I mean, pretty much anything. We'll find a way to make it fit.
Is there a stick nearby?
The fuck? What are you gonna do, Aldo?
Sure, there's a stick.
Eldora will hand the stick over to Malachi. Do you need help walking?
I'm fucked up.
He like bats the stick out of her hand. I literally have a scythe. He just like puts the scythe into the ground like a staff.
Also have
I forgot Grandpa
staff.
has a scythe.
Not Grandpa.
Grandfather.
Kiriki will walk over to Malachi and she like pushes up her mask and is like looking at the effects, and she actually like touches your beard and is like looking at your face. And I rolled a 26 Arcana.
You think it's temporary. You've seen magical effects, potions, and spells that can do this to people. So it's nothing to worry about.
You'll
Would
be all
Eldora
Go ahead.
would Eldora know about wild magic?
If you can give me one decent reason.
She's a spellcaster.
Nope, she sure doesn't.
Fuck.
As,
It was a good try.
As Kiriki is like, she like jerks it, like has like his jaw like in her hand, and she's like jerking around his face. You'll be fine. It's only temporary. It seems your magic has backfired a little bit.
Well, that's not ideal. As long as it's temporary, then let's move on. I don't feel too worse for wear. It's just strange.
Somebody to carry you.
Fuck off, Andrak.
Okay.
He starts leaving. And then he rounds back the corner again.
I'm messing with you. I'm allowed to joke too, you know.
I'm sure you're not that feeble. I
I
forget.
feel as strong as I was. I just feel also sore for some reason.
I hear that
Can't
tap
quite
when you
place.
age.
I haven't slept very well in the last day or two in the first place, so yes, this doesn't feel very good. Yes, take the lead.
Todd, before we progress too far ahead, are the bodies still there?
The two gorilla demons?
Yeah.
They are.
Okay. I don't get to do this very often because most of our enemies disappear. But I would like to collect from them. Let me find. Where's my chart? Where'd it go? What am I doing? I can tell you once I find my chart.
She's a collection of fingernails.
Okay.
No, that's Andrak.
So, Kiriki will walk over to the monsters. What size are they?
Hold on. They are large medium.
Large,
They're
medium?
flavor large.
Okay, flavor large, but are they large? Would you say they're medium or large?
They're medium.
Okay, so she walks over, and because there's two of them, you'll watch as Kiriki puts her hand over them, and like the bodies will begin to jerk and twitch. And I get to roll. I collect 21 points of blood to put into my blood pool, so now I can stop injuring myself for a little bit.
Jesus.
I just want to make sure here, but Kiriki's alignment isn't good, is it?
Let me see what my sheet says. It says specifically whatever Hecate wants, so I don't know. We'll find out.
Indeed. Castor, you've seen some shit. This is not something you've seen before.
and she puts it in like this, like she's got like a water skin, and she's always had that water skin, but she's never drank from that water skin. So now you know what it's for.
Her blood will skin.
Oh,
That's
I didn't like that.
that's creepy and gross. We have gone somewhere different today. It's a special place that we like to call Gross Town. So you guys go past this wall after Kiriki does some stuff. And as you move up...
I'm dragging myself over there anyways. I accidentally clicked it backwards.
So go ahead and move your tokens where you're going to be while we move through this hallway.
I will just stay behind Andrak at all times.
That's fair.
That is what everybody should.
Aldora's like, I ain't going up there. Alright. So you guys kind of make a wide berth around this corner, going to the right. And then, Castor, you kind of hear something. Andrak, you hear it. Aldora, even way back there. You don't really hear it, but you see it. So around the corner walks this very large creature. He's about 9 feet tall. He's got 2 very large arms and 2 medium-sized arms under that. He's got horns that curve back. He has almost a shell, a crustacean. Behind him is another fella who you've seen before. These are the guys that you've met these are the guys you fought while meeting Aldora. They have the white hair that slicks back, over their shoulders. They're very tall. 2 small arms, 2 large arms. You fought a couple of different types of these guys. And one of the very last ones to walk up beside him is one of the smaller ones who have the horns that stand up. He's got a spear in his hand. Andrak, you have that same exact spear. But they all kind of stop, and both parties are looking at each other. And these things start growling, and the one in the back with the spear, you hear it crackle with electricity. Andrak, you know exactly what it's about to do, or what it can do. And the one in the back says, "Votre voyage zi tamani ici." And Castor and Aldora and maybe Malachi? People who speak Celestial, at least. You all...
Malachi.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not the religious guy.
I speak all the evil languages.
I don't have the language.
My God,
Did I
people.
have the language?
No, it's up to you.
Do
So
you
just
still get
Aldora?
languages- Sorry, do you still get languages based on intelligence when you... No, right?
No, that's better versions of the game.
Yeah, right.
So who speaks Celestial?
Me.
Pretty sure it's just Aldora.
Oh, shit. So Aldora...
And Palace, I think.
Does Palace? I don't know. But Aldora, you hear him say that, and you hear him say, "Your journey ends here." And Dylan, when are we gonna roll initiative?
Next week.